Google volunteer, rinderpest. No bug will survive. Call 698-7205.
Welcome, everybody. It's Mike Stewart with the Volunteer Rinderpest Podcast with pest expert Erik Gardner here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, Cleveland, Tennessee, and the Chattanooga surrounding area. He is the man when it comes to doing business, of taking care of your pest problems. Now, Erik, there are all kinds of businesses out there that do pest control in every city. And there's big companies, there's small companies, there's good companies, there's bad companies. But you know, for me as a business owner and as a consumer, I like talking to somebody that's where the buck stops. As for me, I like doing business with local business owners. I don't want to be a number. I don't want to be just an invoice. I don't want to name names, but as much as I love Google, I can't talk to Mr. Google. He's just too big and hasn't got time for me. But I do like talking to Erik Gardner because Erik Gardner knows the solutions to my problems. I can talk to him on the phone. And I tell you what, when it comes to volunteer rinderpest, that's where the buck stops. It stops with Erik, and he's going to go the extra mile to make it right. So you tell me from your perspective. I know from my perspective, doing business locally supports the entrepreneurial world of America. I mean, over 50% of the businesses in America are locally owned small businesses. They're not big corporations. They're not big chains. They're not franchises. They are entrepreneurs like yourself. So tell me what sets you guys apart and why you like being a local grown business that's been in business for over 50 years. I know your dad started it. Tell us all about why we want to do business with the local guys at Volunteer Rinderpest.
Well, you're absolutely right, Mike. The majority of Americans are employed by companies with fewer than 50 employees. And that's the backbone of our capitalistic system is small businesses serving their local communities. And who better to serve your community than somebody that lives right here? Why would you want to do business with a company from Arizona or a company from another state when you got people right here? With our company, we've had offices in Chattanooga and Cleveland since 1970. We know the area. We know most of the people in the area. We know the bugs in the area. Who better to control your problem than somebody who that's what we do. We don't have to learn the bugs because we're actually from another region. We know each month, we know what's going to ring our phone because it's been doing it for 50 years. We know. So we're going to get out fast. We don't have to wait till we're in the area. We're always in the area. We're local. So if you call, we got somebody right up the street. We can get them out there to take care of your problem. And we've been doing this for 50 years. I think we have to be doing something right to survive that long and be doing business right here. So another thing to keep in mind is when you spend $1 in the local economy and you spend it with somebody who's going to continue to do that, which I do. I always look, we shop at the locally owned grocery stores. We try to do business any time we can with other locally owned companies for that reason, because if your dollars continue to recirculate within your own community, it builds wealth over time because those new dollars come in, but if a few dollars leave, more dollars stay in the community. When you spend your dollars with out-of-town companies, the money goes out of town and it doesn't come back most of the time. And, the taxes that company pays in Arizona, or I just use that as an example, Arizona, Alabama, wherever, you're supporting their schools. You're rebuilding their roads and bridges. But when you spend money with a local company, our tax dollars support our schools and our roads and our bridges. And I think it's very important. People just don't seem to understand that. But, when you live in a community, it's better to spend your money with local people because the money stays in the community. It'll circulate back around and land in your pocket once again.
Well, to have an economy that stays local is the power of doing business locally. I know a lot of the Chamber of Commerce's, I know a lot of the business networking groups, are big proponents. You don't use local service businesses, use local retailers, use local professional services. At the end of the day, It's when you do business locally, you grow the local economy. And when the local economy is doing well, everybody's doing well. So, and quite honestly, if I've got a problem, I want to know that somebody that it knows my name is going to take care of me, not somebody that I have to, be put on hold and dial 9 to wait for another automated attendant to tell me that the operators are busy. I'll have to hold for a minute. No, I like the fact that there is some good old human interaction. And I know that's what you do at Volunteer Rinderpest. And, one of the things that I was told years ago, Eric, is that for a business to succeed, it has to be in business for at least 3 years. Well, you're 47 years to the good on that. So there's no reason to believe that they're not doing something right. They are doing plenty right at Volunteer Rinderpest. So be sure to call them today. You have a problem, they're going to take care of it for you locally, whether it's Chattanooga, whether it's Cleveland, Saudi Daisy, all of the areas around Chattanooga, they service that and they make sure you'll stay pest free. Subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify, and Stitcher. And then what you want to do is share this podcast with other people. We repurpose the podcast and have it play on Facebook and in YouTube. There's many ways to get to know, like, and trust Erik Gardner, to your local pest expert at Volunteer Rinderpest. Until next time, this is Mike Stewart for Volunteer Rinderpest in Chattanooga.
Hey, this is Erik Gardner with Volunteer Rinderpest right here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We've been serving the greater Chattanooga area since 1970, and in those 49 years of doing business, we have developed the most effective treatment strategies in the industry. We're so confident in what we do, we offer a 5-year, 100% money-back guarantee on all termite treatments. That's right, for 5 full years, if you find a termite in your home, we'll come back and retreat the entire home for free, refund 100% of your money, and pay you an additional $250 for your time and trouble. Nobody else in Chattanooga does that, so if you want a termite-free home, call us today at 698-7205. That's Volunteer Rinderpest, the pest authority in Chattanooga. Call 698-7205 or Google Volunteer Rinderpest.
Google Volunteer Rinderpest. No bug will survive. Call 698-7205.